U.S. House Representative Cynthia Lummis from Wyoming and Senator John Barroso jointly introduced the Government Litigation Savings Act, legislation that prevents abuse of the Equal Access to Justice Act by large environmental groups and others who frequently challenge the federal government in court. The Government Litigation Savings Act, authored by Lummis, will reduce the taxpayers' burden to pay for attorneys' fees.
We have had and seen for years radical environmental groups abusing the Equal Access to Justice Act to fund their own agenda. And to me, the issue defines why Americans are so fed up with Washington. And that is that it is absolutely absurd that Washington continues to pay outside groups to repeatedly sue our government.
The legislation also returns Justice Act to its original intent by instituting targets reforms on who is eligible to receive Justice Act reimbursements, limiting repeated lawsuits, and reinstating tracking and reporting requirements to the Justice Act to be more transparent.
So we're here today in support of the Government Savings Litigation Act, which takes several steps to end abuse of EAJA, the Equal Access to Justice Act, while still maintaining access for individuals, veterans, Social Security claimants, and small businesses. In other words, retaining access for the people EAJA was designed for.
Meanwhile, Senate Majority Leader is calling on the Republican Party to reconsider its decision to cut Medicaid for the seniors. Reid termed the introduction of a bill to reduce government funding to Medicaid as a step in the wrong direction, which Americans will not accept.
Now, the question to my Republican colleagues is basically this. It's very simple. Will you listen to the American people? Because their message could not be clearer. This has been a Republican district for decades, at least 4 decades. It used to belong to Jack Kemp. Just 6 months ago, the congressional district went Republican by a 3-to-1 margin. But it changed last night. Why? Because the number 1, 2, and 3 issue in that congressional district, as is all over the country, is destroying Medicare as we know it, putting insurance companies between patients and their physician.
When Republicans came into office last year, they said they wanted to focus on creating jobs, helping the economy, reducing the deficit, and getting our businesses moving again. And a lot of us were very interested in working with them to do just that. But what have we seen them do this year? They put ideology over economy, party politics over sound policy, and billionaires and oil companies over America's families.
The radical Republican agenda to end Medicare as we know it is fundamentally wrong. Thousands and thousands of seniors would be put at great risk because of their ideas. It's fundamentally the wrong direction for this country. Americans agree, New Yorkers agree, the voters in the 26th District agree.
The bill will be debated and voted for at the floor of the Senate Friday. Aaron Hse, MAC TV News.